Welcome to episode 2 of the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm your host, Drew Livingstone, with co-host Cam Stewart. Cam, a bit of a rough week for both of us last week. I was 8-6 and you were 7-7. I guess it could have been a lot worse. Our gold pick, though, the Cleveland Browns, what a disaster.
I got to tell you, Drew, am I going to, no, you know me too. Am I taking Cleveland this week? Maybe. But I got to tell you, I don't know. Even though Brissett is their quarterback, they have too much talent on the team to be that bad. I don't understand what's going on with this team. I might give them one more kick at the can, and if they can't cover this week, then we got a real problem. But I just think that maybe I overestimated them. They're just not that good. They're not that good.
I think we also underestimated the power of Belichick and his defense.
Yep, good call.
To stop Jacoby Brissett. And Brissett was there before, so if anyone knows how to stop him, it's his old head coach. So
good call.
I think we didn't take that into account, and we both ate a bunch of poop on our face on it with our gold picks this week, and we've been good on gold picks so far this season. Moving on, let's start this week, Cam. Fresh note, fresh plate. What do they say? Fresh slate.
Fresh start, fresh slate.
Fresh slate, fresh plate. Yeah, fresh plate. Fresh out of the dishwasher. The Arizona Cardinals, Cam, hosting the Saints. Cards 2-point favorites at home. What a disaster this Cardinals team is. No Hollywood Brown. Hopkins is back this week. He told fantasy owners, get excited. You know what I'm not excited for? Watching Kyler Murray play football, Cam.
No, and it's not just Kyler Murray. Every team has scripted plays, as you know. So that tells you that Cliff Kingsbury and his staff have no clue what to
idea.
Do. They have never led in one game this year, and the scripted plays work for every team. Teams like bad teams, they find ways to get field goals. Even the Commanders find ways on scripted plays to maybe get points. This team stinks. But you know what, Drew? Is this the spot? I'm thinking about taking Arizona this week because it's a desperation game. Hopkins back. Here's the thing. Kyler Murray also has a lot of Russell Wilson in him. He's got to let plays develop. He loves taking off before things develop. It's almost like he's got happy feet. But Hopkins will change things a little bit. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the acquisition of Anderson from Carolina. But here's the deal. Arizona, they got to figure some things out. Seattle beat them down, and they don't even have a great defense. So it's now or never. You're the home team. The Saints, I know they got problems of their own, but I'm going to take a shot with Arizona -2 and hold my breath.
Damn, you're crazy. I can't back the Cardinals right now the way they're playing. Seattle's defense stinks. Probably one of the worst in the league, and they shut them down.
And I am crazy.
Easily. I mean, and like you said, the scripted plays, usually the first 10 to 15 plays of a team's game, easy 5-yard pops, first downs. It's easy scripted plays, like you said, and they can't figure it out. The Saints defense a lot better than Seattle's, and you're giving me them as an underdog. I think the wrong team's favored here. Give me the Saints on the money line. I think they win this game outright. Honestly, Cam, I just don't think the Cardinals are for real. I think they're in shambles right now, Cam.
I think the Saints in a teaser might be safe. I think the Cardinals can win this game by 3, but getting the Saints up to 9, I think that would be a safe play. And
you can't even trust the Cardinals kicker if Prater's out. They have so many problems on that team.
They do. They have major problems. Seattle slapped them around. They embarrassed them.
And I don't even think Geno played that good. I don't think
that was actually one of Geno's not his best game. The guy didn't bring his A game, and they still won. Seattle's defense stepped up, though.
Kenneth Walker, unbelievable.
Buddy, I love Kenneth Walker. I picked him up on the waiver wire before all these Hawks in my league did because I watched him at Michigan State. That's going to be a nice acquisition. Kenneth Walker is a really, really good back. Got to give Seattle credit for a team that's everyone lights into and says they suck. They're doing pretty well this year. One of the surprises, like the Jets.
Better than the Broncos, that's for sure. All right, the tiebreaker, mystery tiebreaker man is he's going with you, Cam. He's going with the Cards. So nice. You are on the tiebreaker side.
Love being on the same same side as a paper bag mystery man. That's good.
Exactly. For viewers out there, Cam's internet is a bit spotty today because his service provider promised him the best, but he's not getting the best. So if you see him a little choppy, that's why.
It'll be addressed by next week for sure. Got a guy coming in after this show.
Oh, there you go. Maybe we can get a live blog of you yelling.
Oh, you don't want that. There's going to be a lot of F-bombs. A lot of anger.
A lot of anger. The raging redhead will be back. The Atlanta Falcons going to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Bengals 6-point favorites at home, Cam, coming off their huge win over the Saints. We both knew that Cincinnati was going to win that game. LSU's old stomping grounds. Burrow rocking the Chase jersey when he walked in the building. The Falcons, though, just covering machines. Where are you going in this one?
It's unbelievable. The Falcons cover again and win outright. They are perfect against the spread this year. Do you get off that train? I just got to believe Cincinnati week after week after week is starting to figure it out. Atlanta's good, but now you're going to go cold on the road to Cincinnati. Very tough game. I really want to take the 6 points, but all the Bengals got to do is win by a touchdown. I think this is where Cincinnati really ramps up their play. Wouldn't be surprised, Drew, if they won by 7-10. I believe in Burrow. I believe in Chase. Even Mixon was more involved in this game. I think the Bengals defense finds a way to shut down Mariota. This is the week that the Falcons' wheels fall off. Give me the Bengals by a touchdown and just cover the number.
Cam, say it every week. Keeps going red. Ride the wave. Yeah. I gotta stay on the Falcons. I mean, they've done nothing but win us money when they're covering the spread. And I mean, I think if you wait though, I think the spread could go to 7.5. I think the public's betting on Cincinnati. So I think if you like the Falcons, wait it out. If you like the Bengals, bet it now before it grows. But I mean, the Falcons, they beat San Fran outright. I would argue San Fran's a better team than Cincinnati. No?
Yeah, I would argue that, but I don't know, Drew. You know this league. Sometimes week by week by week, as we talk about, like nothing's predictable. Like it's one of those things. But you're right. Betting against the Falcons will put you in the poorhouse. I just think Cincinnati at home, all they got to do is win by a touchdown. I think they win by a touchdown.
Fair enough. Mystery tiebreaker. Paper Bag Man is going with me on this one. The Falcons. Smart man going with where the money keeps winning. All right, moving on, Cam. The Jets. Oh, sorry, not the Jets. The Detroit Lions coming off a bye, going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Dak Prescott back under center. The Cowboys 7.5-point favorites. Jerry Jones just got in a fight with Robert Kraft, apparently at the owners' meeting over Roger Goodell. Dallas is in shambles after that loss to Philly. I think they bounce back in this one. I know the Lions are coming off a bye, but a bye week doesn't fix your defense. And I think Dak comes out and shows the world why he's the starting quarterback and not Cooper Rush. Throws 4 tuds, and they blow the Lions out of the water, out of the building. Cam, do you agree with me or not?
You know what I like about the Drew and Stu podcast? Well, you got basically a guaranteed winner in every game is we're opposite on every game.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to take the Detroit football Lions in this spot. I'm going to tell you something, Drew. I've seen this movie too many times. When the so-called starting quarterback comes back, rust. I don't know what Prescott's done. He's still playing with an injury. As for Detroit, they get Swift back, St. Brown back, all those guys, and extra time to prepare. They've been horrible. I know they're everybody's darling on Hard Knocks, but this is the spot for Detroit. I think Dallas squeaks out a win. Asking them to win by 8, I'm getting the hook, too, on 7. Dallas wins by 7, I still win this. Give me the Detroit Lions to roar. I think they will lose a heartbreaker. I'll take the points. Love the Lions this week.
Love the Lions.
Love. All right. Don't say that very Yikes.
Where do you think mystery tiebreaker man is going with?
Lions. He's with me.
He's with the Cowboys. Loves Dak Prescott's comeback apparently.
We'll see.
Let's hope he's right. I mean, I'm taking a lot of favorites this week. It looks like
that's dangerous.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I like it. All right, moving on. The Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers coming off. Cam, before we get into this game, they're going to Washington take on Taylor Heineke and the Commanders. Heineke might be better than Wentz, but before that,
I agree.
How bad is this Green Bay offense? Like, what's wrong with them, Cam?
Everything. Rodgers is regressing. I think he took the offseason too lightly. What he said to the receivers early on in the season, cutting them up, and then he's like that parent, the tough love, the love, the tough love, the love. After a while, it gets really old. Green Bay, their defense is on the field too much, and LaFleur's done a bad job. I think it's basically a mixture of everything, but Rodgers is the commander of this ship. It's not the rookies' team. Rodgers has to be the leader. He has been below average. This week, on the other hand, also the Jets are much better than advertised. Their rookies are already pro-ready. I don't know. I'm going to take the Packers, and I don't like this at all. I wish we didn't have to pick this game. I really want to take Washington, but 5.5 with Green Bay. If they can't get it right against a backup quarterback on the road, then I know this team is really, really bad. I don't think they're as good as people think they are, but if Washington covers, Green Bay's got bigger issues. I'm going to take the Packers. I don't like the game. I think they find a way to win this game in 8 to 10 points, cover the number.
Cam, I agree with you for once this week. I love the Packers in the spot. I know you don't like the game, but I love this game. I mean, you're giving me Aaron Rodgers against Heineke. If Rodgers wins last week, this game is probably 7.5, 8 points.
Yep.
It's right now it's 5.5. It opened at 4.5, so I think it might go back down to 4.5 maybe. But I love Green Bay in this spot. This is, like you said, this is the get right spot. If Green Bay can't win this game by a touchdown, they have major problems. LaFleur might be gone. Like there's some issues. Rodgers might just retire early. He might just be, you know what,
that's another thing. Like, people don't talk about that. He can retire at any time. He's made the money, and he's the type of guy who wants to go to a rainforest and lick toads and drink mysterious liquids and just live like a hippie, right? Like it almost feels to me that Rodgers, this will be his last year. He's kind of checked out mentally. I think he's sick and tired of getting hitting, and got this thing. You know, you can't really blame him. Look at Tom Brady. We don't last forever. He's been playing as bad. He's got a lot of stuff going on. Getting old sucks, Drew. That, I guess the moral of my story is getting older sucks. And
Father
your skill
Time
set,
is undefeated, Cam.
Yeah, Father Time's a winner. Covers every year, every number, everything. Father Time, a lock.
I love how Aaron Rodgers too. He's like, we need to simplify this offense. It's way too complicated. When you're watching them, it's just like receivers run straight, tight end over the middle. I'm like, what's complicated about this? You guys just aren't running proper
routes.
Bad.
Like, it's just bad.
Just run the ball more. You have the best 1-2 punch in football. I mean, maybe Cleveland, but yeah, run the football more. They're not giving them enough carries. Seeing Aaron Jones with 10 carries a week, I'm just like, what is going on? This guy should be getting 20. All right, moving on. The Colts, Cam. I feel like these teams just played each other because they did. The Colts going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Titans are 2.5-point favorites coming off a bye week. We saw the Titans win by 7 2 weeks ago. Do you think they can win this game again? I mean, I'm leaning with Vrabel coming off a bye to win this game by 3 points. I think it's a pretty easy pick, but tell me why I'm wrong.
I don't think you're not wrong. The game hasn't been played. We don't know who's wrong. We'll know on Sunday afternoon, Drew. And I'll tell you, I think this game is very difficult. When you look at a Tennessee minus 2.5, your first instinct is, the Titans got to roll. But Indianapolis actually figured something out in that second half against Jacksonville. They started to move the ball. They started to do good things. Jacksonville was killing them early. The Colts are still one of those teams that they can show up every week. I know they've looked bad. People remember what they saw last. The last thing they still remember is that Denver game that was on national TV and everyone watched it. Here's the thing. Big game for the Colts. I think they go into Tennessee and win this game. I think they win by a field goal. I'm getting 2.5. Wish it was 3. I'd feel a lot better at 3, but 2.5, that kind of feels like a little bit of a bait line for the Titans. Give me the Colts, Drew. As I said, guys, these games are so damn difficult. I see people on Twitter, you suck. Yeah, it's hard picking these games. Like, this is a very good spread, very good game. It looks easy for Tennessee. Nothing's easy. Give me Indy.
Well, and people need to realize we're not picking straight up. If it was straight up, we'd be 10-6 every week at least.
At least. At least. Straight up, we spreads. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I love the Titans, Cam. You're giving me Mike Vrabel with 2 weeks to prepare for you at home. This is a hornet's nest the Colts are going into. This is like the division battle. So I think the Titans have been in this spot before. Matt Ryan hasn't really proven to be that guy. Besides,
he's been a little bit better recently. A little bit better.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it was the Jags. I mean, they lost a lot of games straight to the Jags, so I give them credit for finally winning one. But yeah. Still the Jags. All right, moving on, Cam. Brian Dable and the Giants are 5-1, going to those Jacksonville Jaguars as 3-point road dogs. Is it something's weird about this game, right? Because it feels like Vegas is trapping us because the Giants should be the favorites in this game, right?
This is the thing, Drew, and sometimes betting this way works for me, and other times it hasn't worked. It's kind of one of those situations where, what am I going to do? I could tell you one thing. By Sunday, everyone's going to need the Giants.
Yep.
I don't like the game, so I'm going to have to put my theory to test with Jacksonville. The fact that they put it at 3 instead of 2.5 is really interesting as well. That kind of makes me want to take the Jaguars more. Maybe I'm overthinking things, and sometimes I do. Sometimes you get burned by the book when you try to overanalyze and you get confused in your head. The Giants have been a better team, yes. Also, when you watch the Baltimore game, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens were leading. They made a lot of real stupid plays.
They should have covered that number
for the start. That's trust me. I was on them, and I'm like, I can't believe they actually didn't get this done. And they not just win, they should have covered the number. Exactly. That's why I'm taking Jacksonville this week. It's one of those spots, Drew. Don't love it again, but I think the line's telling you something, and it's telling me to take the Jaguars. I'll hold my breath.
Yeah, it's almost 80% of the public on the Giants, Cam, and the line's not moving, which means the books, it's just like we said with the Eagles and Cowboys last week. They're throwing out that bait line. They're like, come on, bettors, bite. And if everyone seems to be biting on the Giants, and we could look stupid come next week that we didn't take the Giants here, Cam, but I agree with you. I'm going with the Jags. When the books set that trap, I don't like falling for it, even though sometimes it is a good way to make some money. All right, moving on. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady, just in shambles, going to Carolina to take on maybe Jacob Eason, maybe Baker Mayfield, maybe Sam Darnold, maybe PJ Walker. We don't know who's going to be the starter for Carolina. All I know is Tampa needs this game more than any other game. Pittsburgh got annihilated by the Buffalo Bills the week before, and then they come out and absolutely shut down Tom Brady with arguably better weapons than the Bills. It made no sense. I can't figure this team out, Cam. All I know is Carolina is not a good football team, and they're in shambles, so I think I have to take the road favorites.
You know what? I do too. I hate this game. Now, Drew, this is a game you could truly hate. Asking the Buccaneers
I will
to win
not
by
be watching
11 or more.
this football game on
Like,
my
give me a
TV.
break. Like, give me. And the thing is, I had Carolina last week, and they did everything right, and still didn't cover against the Rams. That's the thing. I'm like, I can't believe I lost this game. They were leading at one point, and then the wheels fell off. That's the thing about Carolina and a bad team. Are they going to cover? Perhaps. I think it's probably 50-50 right down the line, but that's the thing. Tampa Bay's been gross. I got to take the Buccaneers. This game, you're right, Drew. This game reeks. Tampa Bay will probably win by like 10-13. The line's 11. I'll lean to Buccaneers. Don't like it. Give me the Bucs.
Yeah, I mean, the Carolina game, me and a team of friends are in this big, huge survivor pool, and we had the Rams in that spot. And when Stafford threw that pick six, it was one of the worst pick sixes I've ever seen. He just like literally off his back foot, off balance, throws it
Baker
right to him.
Mayfield's thrown just as
fair.
bad.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Both
That's
of them have been
But I was just like, are the Rams really going to lose to PJ Walker? And then they benched Walker, and it made the game easier. They got Ben Skoranek scoring 30-yard wide receiver reverse touchdowns. I'm like, what is going on? Like, this Carolina team is bad. If Tampa can't beat this team by 2 touchdowns, they're like Aaron Rodgers. Brady and Rodgers might as well just ride off into the sunset together if they can't.
Together, Go to the jungles. Wherever you want to go, the rainforest, hang out, do your thing.
Can we call this guy out? Any other quarterback in the league, Friday night they're at a wedding partying for their old owner. Tom Brady's just in the picture smiling at Friday night, flies a private jet without his team from the wedding to the game on Sunday, and then shows up and does that in Pittsburgh. Like, any other quarterback gets absolutely destroyed in the media.
That's all you need to know, Drew. It's been going on for a while. Tom Brady, as I said, Illuminati. He can do what he wants. There's no rules for Tom Brady.
It's insane.
We've been talking about this for years.
Like, can you imagine?
People can call me out. I'm right. You're wrong. I don't care what anybody says. This guy, he can walk on water. He can tell a ref, hey, he hit me late. Flag. It's Tom Brady's world, buddy.
The best is that roughing the passer play that wasn't roughing the passer. Brady got fined for that play because he tried kicking him in the nuts.
Yeah, who does that? Who does that? Yeah, so he's a real good guy, kicking guys in the gonads. Good stuff, Tom. Anyway, I'm done talking about Tom Brady.
Yeah. Anyways, just take a private jet to don't take it. Ride with your teammates, Tom. That's all we're asking for this weekend. All right, Houston coming off a bye, going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Raiders are 7-point favorites. Also coming off a bye, Devontae Adams absolutely destroyed that cameraman. But it was deemed to be the cameraman's fault because he ran into him. I think I gotta like Vegas in this spot just because both teams are coming off the bye. If it was just Houston, I would like Houston, but Vegas needs the get right game, and they should have beat KC in that game. Cam Renfro, I don't know what you're doing running into Devontae Adams. It was a clear cut, easy touchdown. Like Derek Carr said after the game, I thought I was throwing a touchdown to Adams on that play again, and Renfro just ran into him. So give me the Vegas Raiders to score, I think 35 points themselves, and I think that'll be enough to cover the 7. Pretty easy game for me, Cam.
Pretty easy game? Okay. Yep. I don't see easy at all. I will take the Raiders -7, but I don't really like it. Houston, they've found an ability to really keep games close a lot of the time. And one thing you'd say about them is they try. Like, and
they cover. They cover.
And they cover. That game against the Chargers, it came all the way back. It's like, I know the Chargers aren't to be trusted, but you're right, Drew. I'll take the Raiders to win by a touchdown. Hopefully, at worst, we get a push if they win by a touchdown. But I lean Raiders, but I don't love the game again.
Yeah, it's I don't know. You look at the quarterbacks, you look at the receivers, you look at the weapons, you look at the defenses. I think Raiders have checked every single box. If they don't win this game by a touchdown, then something went wrong, like some crazy turnovers or something. All right, the New York Jets, Cam. Wilson against Wilson. And before the season, I would laugh at you for saying this, but I think the Jets might have the better Wilson at quarterback, Cam. Am I crazy to say that?
You're not crazy to say it at all. This could be a bounce back spot for Denver, but I can't bet them. I think the Jets showed to Green Bay, this team is too young to even think about how good they're doing. This roll week after week after week. Sauce Gardner, I love the fact that he put the cheese on his head. Like, that was hilarious.
Yeah, that was awesome.
This team it's awesome because they're a young team that just doesn't care. They don't have time to think about what they're doing. They just go in and take care of their business. How do I bet on the Broncos? They might win this game, but you know what? Give me the New York Jets +1.5. They just are better than people thought. This team has made significant strides. Breece Hall's good. The defense is good. They drafted well. Good luck, Russell Wilson, against that secondary too. The Jets have been playing great. Give me the Jets.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say is the Broncos defense has been unbelievable this season.
I agree.
And their offense is letting them down so much. Like, so many spots, you're like, oh, I guess the Broncos are going to get scored against. Nope, the defense steps up. Surtain, one of the best corners in football.
Yeah.
I got to go with Denver here, Cam. Like, this is their season.
I might switch this pick, but I can't do it. But I'll go on the Jets.
You're right. It's so embarrassing that you can't be winning. They should have beaten the Chargers by so many points on Monday Night Football, Cam.
Covered, buddy. At least
at least they covered. You're right. I mean, and the Hopkins, think of a little fake injury. But the conspiracy theory. I just thought a little bit he was faking it a little bit, but that's besides the point. Russell Wilson, you got to step up here, man. Like, this is your season on the line. You, buddy,
as I said last week, players on his team, Marshawn Lynch and Sherman, didn't even have the guy's direct number. They're calling his agent to get.
I heard about that.
Russell Wilson's real true colors are coming out about this guy being a good guy. He's not the good guy everyone thinks he is. He doesn't want to talk to anybody on his team. He's a prima. He came into this league. He worked hard at it. He was a really likable guy. Hey, man, success and money changes people. It's changed him.
Now he's Mr. Unlimited or whatever he calls himself.
Whatever the hell he is, he sucks. He's playing like a piece of junk, and it's not all Denver's line. He misses open balls. I know he's been getting hit and stuff too.
They're showing screenshots of a guy standing 10 feet in front of him, just wide open like this, like throw me the ball, and he's just like looking like, oh no,
picking the wrong guys.
No one's open.
Bad reads, bad looks, underthrows, problems.
He has more starts than touchdowns this season. That's not worth $250 million, if you ask me. They're getting some buyer's remorse. Let's give a contract extension to a guy who hasn't played it down yet. That's a good idea. All right, moving on, Cam. KC. Oh, wait, we need a tiebreaker. Not Tommy Tiebreaker. Mystery tiebreak, man. I was going with the Denver Broncos, Cam, on my side. So we will see how they do this week. Almost caught me. No,
you're good. Oh, yeah, mystery bag man. He likes Denver. Oh boy. Okay.
KC going to San Fran. The Chiefs are 3-point favorites on the road, coming off a disappointing loss to the Bills. Mahomes just didn't have enough magic in him with the turnover at the end. Von Miller made the difference in that football game, I think, on paper. The Chiefs, Cam, I like them in this spot. San Fran did not impress me last week against Atlanta. And I think this is a bounce back spot for both teams, but more so the Chiefs. Mahomes has to beat Garoppolo by 3 points. I'll take that every day of the week.
I wish moving forward, Drew, we can look at game show. We can pass on some games and just give opinions, not to our record. Like, actually, know what we'll do, Drew? Once we revamp the show, I think we should come up with some new concepts and stuff, because it's hard to bet on every game. And I kind of lean San Francisco. And then the more I think about it, I'm like, wow, KC's going to be pretty angry after that last game, and it's 3 points. So I'm kind of with you with the Chiefs and Mahomes. San Francisco also has a lot of injuries. So I've leaned to the Chiefs -3, but I'm going to tell you, I don't love the game at all. I basically say that, put that on a loop. I don't love the game at all. I will take Kansas
You said
City.
That like 7 times this week.
I have.
You love some of them.
I don't love anything. No, I honestly, I'm gun shy, Drew. Like, this league is getting harder and harder. At the start of the year, I'm like, hey, this is easy. I'm running the table. Everything's great. Now it's just all I do is see. It's like a different language to me. These games are hard, but I do have to make a pick, and I'll take Kansas City.
You need like a no whammy card you can throw on screen. Like, I'm not picking this one.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. We should have like at least a couple things we could pass or whatever. Make it really. You know what? We'll do this in the next season, because we really don't have time now to come up with like really cool concepts and stuff, or use a card, free pass, go to jail. I don't know what the hell it is, but just, Drew, like, we'll figure something out.
We got to preview every game though. So
yes, I know.
We're both on the Chiefs in this one. I think it's an easier game. You don't. You believe in San Fran more than I do. All right, Seattle, Cam, your Seahawks going to LA to take on the Chargers. 6.5-point favorites are the LA Chargers at home. Seattle coming off a huge win over Arizona. Cam, everyone every week keeps doubting the Seattle Seahawks, and every week they keep covering or winning games outright. Tell me why they can beat the Chargers, or at least cover in this football game.
I don't think they can. The thing about the Seahawks are a Jekyll and Hyde team, and they showed you the Jekyll and Hyde last week against Arizona. Then they look really bad one week. The defense against the Chargers is going to be a different story. If the Chargers players are healthy, Seattle's going to get decimated. The problem is the Chargers have big, tall receivers where the Cardinals don't, and Kyler Murray couldn't even throw the ball like over the line. Little things like that. Seattle's going to have problems in this game. The one thing I like about Seattle is Kenneth Walker. I think they could probably get points. I'd look at the over. I think both teams could probably score in this game, but we pick sides. I'm going to take the Chargers -6.5. Drew, it pains me to do this. As a Seattle fan, I've been on them every single week, but I like the Cardinals last week, and the Cardinals just played like junk. So this seems like a Seattle, like, this is what they do. Great, bad, more great than bad this year, but give me the Chargers, high voltage, -6.5.
I'm going to agree with you, Cam. I'm going to go with the Chargers as well. Like you said, I think their offense is much better than the Cardinals. I could see a backdoor cover the way Houston backdoor covered against the Chargers earlier in the season, just because of their running game is pretty well. It's doing pretty well this season. Yeah, I mean, this is not a game I'm going to be betting on, I'll be honest. But if because we have to pick one, I'll use my whammy card. Going with the Chargers as well. Bolt up, baby.
Yes.
All right. Sunday night football, Cam. The Steelers going to Miami to take on the Dolphins. It looks like Tua Tagovailoa will be back. The total is 45.
You start.
I love the Dolphins in the spot, Cam. It might be in my mineral picks. You're giving me the Steelers off their huge high. We just beat Tom Brady. The week before that, they got absolutely slaughtered by Diggs and Gabriel Davis. I think Miami has even better receivers with Waddle and Tyreek Hill. You're giving me Tua back. I think Miami blows them out. They're 3-3. They need a win. I think this game's like something crazy, like 37-13. Like I think Miami runs away with this one, Cam, in primetime.
I disagree. I think the Steelers are one of the teams. It doesn't matter who's hurt or whatever. I know Trubisky came in the game and won for them. I think Pickett's been good. I don't trust Miami covering numbers. They just been very disappointing. I know Tua's back. How is he going to play? He might get hit and knocked out of the game again. There's a lot of question marks.
Knock on wood, that doesn't happen.
No, I'm praying it doesn't happen, but I'm going to take Pittsburgh. That's the thing about Pittsburgh. It doesn't matter. They can have like everybody hurt in their team and they're still going to find a way. The fact that they beat Tampa as like 10-point underdogs outright was ridiculous. But anyway, give me the Steelers +7. I don't really have any rhyme or reason. Just the fact that I don't think Miami covers the big number.
I think we have to remember, Cam, without TJ Watt, the Steelers, that was their first win in 2 years without TJ Watt. Which
I don't care.
Crazy.
I couldn't care. They're battling, Drew. One thing about Tomlin's teams is they're never going to quit.
It's true. I agree. Tomlin is one of the best coaches in football. If anyone's going to surprise and pull off another upset in primetime, it's him. I just think the game goes the other way. All right. Who do you think mystery tiebreaker man's going with in this one?
Dolphins.
Nope. Steelers. Some Tomlin love from the tiebreak man.
The mystery man is a real problem with certain teams in the AFC East. That's all I'm going to say. Other than one.
Other than one. All right, moving on, Cam. Monday Night Football. The Patriots hosting the Chicago Bears. Justin Fields. I mean, I can't, like, this guy sucks. I mean, Thursday night, they should have easily won that game against Washington, Cam, last week. I mean, he had all the chances in the world. People are blaming Mooney for not catching the ball properly. Listen, Fields had 14 different drives where he could have went and scored a touchdown and couldn't. You can't blame Mooney for the loss there. And everyone's like, oh, Fields put it all on the line. He gave every inch of his soul. Yeah, maybe throw better footballs and like stop throwing 50-yard deep passes when you have guys 5 yards open in front of you. I love New England in the spot, Cam. I know everyone's like, Bailey Zappi by 8. That's crazy. Is it?
It's not crazy. All the guy does is win. They embarrassed Cleveland. The guy's been better and better every week. He's at home. That's the thing, Drew. I really wish the line was 6.5. They're making it 8 for a reason, trying to get some Bears money, but they're not going to be getting my money. I like the New England Patriots as well. And people don't understand. I watch a lot of college football. Bailey Zappi was actually a highly touted quarterback at Western Kentucky. The guy used to put up crazy numbers. He just went to a small school. Now he's not. I hate to say it. He's actually as good as Mac Jones. And I don't care what people. I don't know what people are telling me. Actually, Drew, you're right. Not maybe now, but I guarantee he has more upside than Mac Jones. Mac Jones, we know who he is. I think Bailey Zappi's better. You can call me crazy, but I'm not crazy. The guy does good things. He knows how to manage the game, and he's a gunslinger. Give me New England -8.
We were talking about Cooper Rush stealing the job from Dak. I think this is a lot more likely.
Very much.
I don't know if Mac Jones is getting this job back if Bailey Zappi continues to win, Cam.
I agree. And Belichick, he's the type of coach to say, I don't care. I don't care.
Oh, he doesn't care.
We're doing we want wins. So Zappi stays. I'm with you, Drew.
Yeah, I think the issue with Mac Jones we were seeing at the beginning of the year is his arm strength. We saw it against Buffalo in the playoffs. He just can't cut through the wind. Right. Zappi has that little extra zip on his balls.
Zappy zip.
Yeah.
ZZ. Yeah.
The Mac ZZ Tops. There you go. Look, we're reading each other's mind. So I agree with you. I like the Patriots.
I already got my mineral picks, Drew. I'm ready to go already.
Ready to go. All right.
Yeah, well, you can. I do have a question though. Was my internet cutting out earlier or whatever? It says I didn't even have any, so I hope you check the tape.
So you were choppy like 3 or 4 times so far on the show.
No, I mean like I'm not even sure if I had some games. If you whatever, we're gonna have to check.
No, I heard you the whole time. I heard you the whole time.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Your
anyway,
picture froze, but we still heard you.
Just checking because I don't want to, you might have to call an audible and we might have to do another segment a little bit later once I get some issues fixed. Here I go. I'm going to start with bronze with the Jacksonville Jaguars -3 against the New York Football Giants. I'm going to go with silver, the Detroit Lions +7.5 against the Dallas Cowboys. And what else am I going to do for gold? I know there was something out here that I was looking at.
Okay, let's go back.
Give me the Chargers.
So let's go back and forth. You're just revealing all 3 of your minerals right off the bat. I love it. Just
Oh
excited.
no, we're supposed to go back and forth.
It's fine. You're excited.
Oh.
You're excited. I'll give it to you.
I'm sorry, Drew. I'm just
it's
concerned
fine.
about my other issues.
It's fine. You want to get them in before your internet cuts out, and I'm doing a solo show. I get it. All right. My bronze pick, Cam, will be the Tennessee Titans -2.5 against the Colts. I love Mike Vrabel coming off a bye. My silver pick is the Miami Dolphins. I think they smoked the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. And my gold pick is the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, if you cannot win this game by a touchdown, you are no longer a quarterback in the NFL. Go retire, go into the mountains and drink your Zambuca or whatever it was called, your team leaves, lick your frogs.
Yeah,
whatever.
Zambuca's actually got alcohol. He's more
It's true.
into the psychedelics, like licking frogs. And
I just couldn't think of the name. It was like some weird tea.
Yeah, whatever it is. It really hasn't helped us play this year. Bonus graphite pick, Cleveland +7 against Baltimore. This is their week, Drew.
Stop picking the Browns. They keep letting
I have
me
a
down.
problem. I'm addicted to the Browns.
It's just
losing and not covering.
I mean, yeah, come on, Cam. I mean, we're giving fourth picks.
Well, if they cover this week, you can apologize to me in next week's show. And if they don't, I'll say, Drew, I'm an absolute idiot. I bow down to you, and I should listen to you more often.
If I have to go fourth pick, it's Mahomes to win by a field goal. Anytime you got this guy has to win by a field goal or less, you have to take him in my books. All right, Survivor Cam. We're both out of it on this show, but if you had to give your top two choices, if you were still alive, who would they be?
I'd take the Chargers, and I would take the Patriots.
Really? The Chargers. Ooh, I like the Patriots pick. That's bold. The one thing I don't like.
What are you gonna do? Take Tampa? And
I know. I don't like waiting until Monday night
do that
for my Survivor pick, though. That's the only thing I hate, because then you see all the upsets that have happened. You're like, oh man, I'm riding.
I kind of like Cincy too. If you want to get a little bolder. Those are my three Survivor picks.
If I had to go, I'm going New England as well. Miami is my second, and then Vegas would be my third. I think Vegas.
Yeah, that's a good one too, Drew. Good call.
I think they beat Houston outright in that spot. Anyways, Cam, we'll get you out of here before your internet fully fails. I think you're frozen right now, so I don't even know if you can hear me.
Really?
Yeah, well, I can hear you now. But you're completely frozen. You're in your face is like, oh, there you go. Now you're back. Thanks.
I can't even see these things. How are you seeing it without me? I'm looking at myself and I'm moving. Anyway, Drew, I apologize, listeners, viewers. I got a lot of issues going on here, but don't worry, they're going to be fixed because I'm calling in the big guns, Drew.
Well, and you're winning all your bets this week, so you're going to buy the best top of the line internet, right?
I already have the top of the best top of the line internet.
Maybe the service providers need to stop monopolizing the country and give better service, right?
Give me a better service, please.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, thank you for watching week 7 of the Drew and Stu podcast, episode 2. We will see you next week. May the winners be yours, and may all of our best bets hit. Thanks, everybody.